Donald Trump has a concealed carry permit. I do too. His is in New York and mine ain't. And he's now saying we got to make these permits applicable nationwide, which only makes sense. I mean, you have a driver's license, it's good anywhere you go. You have a license plate in your car, you can drive through any state you want to. But you know, with the gun thing, it's really weird. Really weird. It's on my mind all of the time. You have a gun and you drive across a border, you're not sure, is this a friendly state? I got to stop and kind of Google stuff and see if I'm going to go to jail or not. And people actually have gone to jail. And Trump says, I'm going to fix that. The NRA has been a big supporter of his, and I think in many ways actually helped him get elected. So I think he will do this. That's what I'm trying to say. He goes on to say, carry permits are good. They're issued by states, which should be valid nationwide like a driver's license. He says the same thing as me. He also says there's a total failure with regard to restrictions on what gun you buy. And he says it's not the government's business to tell you what you can or can't buy. I've always said that with regard to cars. If you have a driver's license, and you're good, you pass the background check, call it, I mean, I don't care. Go buy a Porsche and speed, and if you go too fast and hurt yourself, I guess you do. I just hope you don't hurt anybody else, but we got good training out there for that. Hey, a lawyer came to a man and says, I got good news, I got bad news. And he was a CEO, and he replied, I've had an awful day. Let's hear the good news first. Lawyer says, your wife invested $5,000 in 2 pictures that are now worth a minimum of $3 million. Wow, he says, well done. Very good news indeed. You made my day. Now, what's the bad news? Well, the 2 pictures are of you and your secretary in bed together. Hey, President Okami. You know what? He caused more debt and more taxes than all of the other presidents combined. 43. I got to say that's slow because, you know, it takes a lot of effort to kind of absorb all of that. You know, you can't make that stuff up. 43 people were ahead of him, and he created more debt. Oh, I can't even say that slowly without stuttering a little bit. Okay, in Canada, liberalism, it's a disease. It's a brain disease. The government in Canada, they're proposing now legislation, and they're saying, hey, we don't want to make this a law, but if you make us, if you force us, we will. They're saying that all publicly traded companies must disclose the gender composition of their corporate boards and senior management. If you don't, we'll force you to do it sooner than later. You must have greater diversity. We want to send a clear signal that diversity is important, and you need to explain now what your diversity policies are. The Liberal government introduced, in addition to that, Bill C-25, which would, among other things, amend the Canadian Business Corporations Act to require publicly traded companies to disclose to their shareholders. This is more bureaucracy. You got to write letters. It costs money to write letters, and you got to hire people to do them. And you have to tell all your shareholders or explain why you don't have women on your board and minorities. That affects, I'm talking slow here because I'm having a hard time even processing all of this. It is so bizarre. There's more than 270,000 public companies in Canada. 270,000. And there are no words, you know. I mean, how do you fix stupid? You can't. I used to say you could vote it out of office, but these guys have screwed things up so badly. I think you got to have a revolution someday. Are you kidding me? What happens to people if they're not qualified? Doesn't matter. She's black, she's a woman. Make her president of the company. This one over here, I mean, she's purple and something else. Make her the chairman of the board? Oh, good bloody Lord. Here's a judge in Hamilton, Ontario. He wore a pro-Trump hat into the courtroom, and people are now saying he should be publicly condemned, disciplined, kicked out of the Brownies. And the judge says, hey, it was a celebration of life. I came into court the next day, I had this hat on, said, make America great again, took it off finally, put it on the bench, and it stayed there for the whole day. And people are really upset. I mean, I wonder what would have happened if Hillary won, and he said, Hillary won, God bless America, and put that hat down. Probably would have got a medal. A gay recreational hockey team now breaks new ground in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, because the gay people want to have a safe environment for all of the boys and men to play. Okay, now I want a safe environment for my boy. I don't want him, you know, hit on by another boy, so I want a hockey team that is exclusively straight. How do you think that'll work? Not so good, not so much. Okay, they're doing it. How come other people can do stuff and I can't? Y'all come back here tomorrow. We're going to vote for you from the right. See ya.